bodybuilderinthailand.com. This video is going to be on Clenbuterol effects, Clen, and what it does for me. So Clen, it's definitely my favorite fat burner. Like, if you've ever taken ephedrine and caffeine EC stack, imagine EC stack on steroids. That's what Clen feels like. So this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is not medical advice. Don't do what I do. I'm just talking about my experiences just for education on what things are. So don't take anything that I talk about in this video. The appetite suppression is an effect from Clenbuterol that I don't really hear getting talked about a lot. Like if you read on internet forums or like drug profiles or something like on a website, they don't really say like, oh, this stuff suppresses your appetite like mad. It really does. Like, that's the main effect for it with me. I mean, with any fat burner, because it doesn't matter what the hell you take, unless you take DNP or something, which I've never taken. But that's what I've heard, is that it's all up to diet. It really, like when it comes to fat loss, it's about what you put in your mouth, and Clenbuterol reduces your need to put things in your mouth a lot. So normally it is painful for me to eat less than 3,000 calories a day. That causes me to have symptoms with intense hunger. So when I've taken Clenbuterol, I don't have that problem. I can eat 2,000 calories a day, and it feels the exact same as 3,000. So that's a big difference. That's 30% of my energy. So it is a major appetite suppressant. Other thing is that it gives you like the shakes when you first take it, but that wears off. So when you first start taking Clenbuterol, your hand is gonna like be going like this, right? Like if you're trying to write, you'll probably be kind of shaky. Like if you drew your signature or something, it's not gonna be like real smooth and steady. It's gonna be kind of shaky, which is a bit strange. I mean, people will be like, what the hell is wrong with your hands? Like, why are your hands shaking? So yeah, that is definitely a side effect. It makes your heart beat harder and sometimes faster. It really kicks in when you exercise. If you're really hungry and then you go for a walk, you won't be hungry anymore. So it has this weird effect of kicking in when you start exercising. But that's pretty cool because you can kind of manipulate how you feel that way. Alright, so also when you first start taking Clenbuterol, that's really like when the effects in Clenbuterol, like you get side effects, is when you first start taking it. Like especially the first week or two. When I know people say like 2 weeks too off, when I start taking it, I just take it like the first 2 weeks, I'll take it 40 micrograms per day. And then I'll usually go, the next 2 weeks after that, I'll usually go 60 micrograms per day. And then the next 2 weeks after that, I'll take 80 micrograms per day. And I might even do another 2 weeks, you know, up to 8 weeks, and then I'll be running 100 micrograms per day at the end. So I use like a scaling up dosage as I gain tolerance to it, because it has a long half-life. If you just take it once a day, you'll feel it for the next 24 hours. And yeah, it's like a lot of energy. Like probably for the first week that you are taking it, you'll have a hard time sleeping because your central nervous system is on fire when you're on this stuff. You get a lot of anxiety, or also you could say like irritation. So there will be times when I first start taking it when I feel irritated. If you talk about like typical effects of, you know, like aggressive behavior, yeah, like Clenbuterol can bring that on actually, because it really stimulates the shit out of your nervous system, and you're like on like red alert and like tense, and you know, like your body and the way it feels can partially dictate to your mind like your mood. It's like if you hold a pen between your teeth and walk around like with your face in that smiling position like that, like you'll automatically feel happier. But with Clenbuterol, for that first week that you're on it, you're really tense. Like the muscles in your body are really tense. Like your jaw is probably a little bit tense. Your arm muscles, you know, maybe your fist, and you'll just feel a bit aggressive. Like, that's just the truth. You'll feel a bit aggressive because your body's tense, your muscles are tense, and that's how you feel when you are in an aggressive situation. So those side effects wear off after the first week, but those are pretty significant side effects of Clenbuterol that are very present for the first week. So that's the main thing. It's like, if you make it through the first week, there aren't really any side effects anymore, and then it's just the fat burning. But for that first week, it's pretty significant side effects. So as far as the fat burning goes, it's amazing because it suppresses your appetite a lot. So you have an easy time not eating as much food. Also, it's great for cardio because during cardio, if you're hungry, taking the Clenbuterol, after you get going and you're exercising, then the hunger goes away and the Clenbuterol kicks in because it releases like epinephrine and adrenaline into your system. So you have more of those like fight or flight hormones in you that keep you not feeling hungry. And I mean, it's great for that. And then also, like, it directly burns fat. It's a beta-2 agonist, so it hits those beta-2 receptors in fat cells and it burns fat. So if you take Clenbuterol, I guarantee you'll be leaner. That pretty much just point blank, because you won't eat as much. It doesn't even matter if you don't try, you won't eat as much. So that's why Clenbuterol is a very effective fat burner. And for the first week, it's also a very side effect high drug. And then after that first week, the side effects go away. You can sleep fine. There's not really any anxiety, and there's not any aggressive tendencies, and you don't feel tense. So then it's just smooth sailing and smooth fat loss. So that's Clenbuterol. It's just that first week sucks. And then after that, it's a great fat burner. But during that first week, it's a great fat burner too. All right, that was my experience with Clenbuterol. This is Dan from bodybuilderinthailand.com.